Then we do this. Alright. Well, let's boogie. Ah, okay, so I have that set. I know I'm a bit late. I was watching Encanto, so... Encanto? Whatever. That new Disney movie. I was having so much fun watching that. Fine. Skip. Screen shake, vibration, text box, low transparency. Alright, everything should be good. Let's roll. Episode 1. The first turnabout. Oh, come on, really? Who's calling now? Family friend, wonderful. Damn it! Why? Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, hiya, Chief. Ooh, I'm glad I made it on this time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, all. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, It's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I live in a world without her. I mean, I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Ah, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Let me up the text speed, if it does. It doesn't seem to be a text speed. Shit. Okay. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying. When something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. Himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. Court District. District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Woo! I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover many times. It's... Wait. Oh. No. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, The victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time. Profiles. What do we got? Sydney Stone. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now, tell me, what is the cause of death? She died because she was
hit with a blunt object. Double check. Blunt lost track. Yep, there we go. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed. That's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor, next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Mr. Wright, be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the record frequently.
Yeah! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Did they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. But what's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. Hello, RNG. I thought of doing Blood Omen again, but I just wanted to do some stupid voice acting for this game. That's all I wanted to do. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... Well... He's definitely gonna go ham, but we gotta stop him. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. So you want the Kraden voice back? Is that what you're saying? I could do it for the judge. Or literally any other old man I find. Say you want the judge to be Kraden, and I'll go for it. Your Honor, Doofenshmirtz is here. Ah. Dude, Nick! What do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motives is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, he wins. What do I do? Well, he's an idiot, but he definitely went there. I know, I'll send him a signal. He's just gonna answer it anyway. Tell the truth! Yeah! Yeah, I was there, I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is clearly lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sott to the stand. Mr. Sott, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sott, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. So I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination.
Your Honor? Alright, Mr. Wright. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, and then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Okay. Well, let's look it through. Was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I think it's the time, really. Unable to go inside, but he thought to call the police immediately. Oh, nope. He didn't touch anything in the apartment. Yes, I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Well, you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Day before the murder, electricity. Right. So how do you know what time it is? "1 p.m. Are you certain?" Yes, absolutely. 1 p.m. Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? present some evidence to contradict him. Well, what do we got? Time of death. So you saw him leaving at... So she died way later. You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to, no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After this testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sot, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Oh, wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Heard it on TV, huh? Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. Yeah. Something about hearing something on the television. Witnesses testified and he heard the time. Let's just, Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard of television or a video. The defense has a point. You have an explanation for this, Mr. Sot? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sot? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant contradictions are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sot. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? Well, I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry, I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? Yeah, there was a table clock. Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. How do you know it was the murder weapon? The murder weapon? Yes. The table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. And there's no numbers on here. Presented, I guess? This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? No, I fucked it up. You didn't hear it at the time. There was a table clock in the apartment. The murder weapon. How do you know it was the murder weapon? There we go. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was the statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? Ah! You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there. Oh, I accidentally mashed it. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears this witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes, actually. How the hell did he see it? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in this witness testimony. The only way he could have known this weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order! Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sot, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him! He killed her. He should burn. Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sot heard was definitely this clock. The fact is clear if you simply try sounding it. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That is certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sot heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sot, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right, how am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close! Mr. Wright? It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. We actually have it. She was from France. She was in Paris. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sot. I come all the way down here to testify, and look at what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Wait, really? Not so fast, Mr. Sot. Mia, I mean Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you still can't win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right, Wright? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it, and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright? You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
The passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why you heard her. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong.
Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Hey, Connor.
And he's gone.
Shit! Order! Order, I say! I just watched Encanto. That was my night. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He, was arrested and taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty.
And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 2. Woo! I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen a chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Ah, Nick. Don't worry about it. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Oh, wait, no! I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you sure? Nick squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Oh yeah, right. The heck is she talking about? The statue, she kept it this whole time. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. I hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Go for it! Go for it, Wright! Get that!
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. The end of part 1.
God, I love doing the shitty voice acting.
A brand new episode has been added. The Turnabout Sisters.
Yeah, let's save. Sure.
Hello? This is Maya.
Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia! What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what's it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker. And it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey! I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now. You know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now.
This is your first rodeo?
Semi-sorta. I've seen a lot of stuff about this. And goddamn, the soundtrack's a banger. Huh? It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes? Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner, something good. Like, burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit up the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya.
Conversation recorded. September 5th, 9:57 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers.
I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have.
Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why? I just see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers.
How could you know?
You are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see.
I should have been more careful.
My dear Miss Fay, I'm so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time someone got killed with a Thinker toy, a Thinker statue clock, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is strange, because it happened twice.
Red, white, blue.
September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fay & Co. Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Look around in here. Oh, I could just do this? Really? I don't remember being able to do this. Okay, let's just go. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief! Chief! I gotta say, I like your necklace. Who are you? I guess she fainted. A strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. Well, let's go examine that. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. That. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here... She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The Thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. Must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could that be? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya, did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police. And find out what that girl was doing here. Ugh, that girl just now. Where'd she go? Put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Ah! Me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fey. Maya Fey? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Let's talk to her first. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And Sis... So she was already dead. So... You're the Chief's... sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting? This late at night? Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker. Alright. Well, let's just see. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. I'd better hurry up and call the police. Sure. So I go back in there, examine the phone. Might as well look over here real quick. The Fay and Kel ledger book. Everything is written in the Chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Anything else? Surprisingly, the Chief was never good with machines. All she used this PC for was email. She probably picked this ancient model up at some garage sale for practically nothing. Alright. Right. I better call the police. That's funny. A few screws in the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Oh, police! Please come quick! What was that? Someone's screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Well, that's not good. Can we yell at her from a... Okay. Better not use it. Okay. Large building right across the office. The Gatewater Motel. A nice, luxurious place. Okay. Well, they came here real fast. The police! It sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! I know this motherfucker. I should probably try and do like my best Kronk impression for this guy. Alright. I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We've received a report from the building across the way. See?
Got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. I can't really do a Kronk impression. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch. Okay? Just great. Just great. Maya, wait. You and I have different impressions of Gumshoe. What's your impression then? I see Kronk. Okay? Maya, wait. She wouldn't have. Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. Ah. Oh my Christ. That I can do. Little. This word, Maya, here, mean anything to you? Who you calling Pinhead? Um, that... That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Don't ruin Gumshoe. Alright, fine. Do you want the deep voice or my bastardizations of either Patrick or Kronk? Because he's going to be showing up a lot. I know he's a main character. Oh, God. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. I'll just do that, then. What? I'll just figure it out as we go, I guess. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. She was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk with Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. Detention center, visitor's room. Wow. They have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you, really. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes. I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you. When you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No. I never thought... It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So, he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh? Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is,
unless you want to be found guilty. Wow, thanks for the vote of confidence, Mia. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. Alright. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with the outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training.
Spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. That clock shaped like the thinker? The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence? How could that have been evidence in the case? Right. She said something about that. I remember! You want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it?
Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things.
So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone?
Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right.
Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure. Thanks. So, you're an acolyte. A, medium in training.
That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So, Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too.
I had no idea.
Wait. What?
So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that?
Yes. In training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? You can just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said that if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Sure. Sure, why not?
I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents?
I see. Don't worry, leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. The visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right. I'll be back. Alright, well, last thing. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry. I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. Practically qualifies as a serial killer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. And I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Well, there we go. We finished all that off. And speed over to Grossberg. September 6th. Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Then why let me in the office room? Well, let's go back. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey! You there! You know what? I'll just go with the ha thing going on. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait. You're that Butts guy, aren't you? No. Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Ooh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Well, first things first. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. You think you could give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh. He's on to me. I'll just tell it to him straight, I guess. Tell him why I want it. There's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it. Like her boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest, spiciest secrets. Ugh! You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. It seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Well, let's see. It's that same call from the start, so we'll hold on to that, I guess. About Miss Faye. Did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, huh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Yes, I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. I gotta say, that's some, very fashionable clothes. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this. I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name? Miss May, huh? So, you've sent her home already, then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So, she's still in the motel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. It's time to pay a visit to Miss May. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait. You do know him, don't you? I have seen the memes, yes. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Ah, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this is pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost the case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Well, let's go pay Miss May a visit. My God, I know what I'm looking up later. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say anything to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I need a lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. What's that? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. Wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Oh, bad boy! You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? I feel like you're into some pretty kinky shit, lady. Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Alright. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Oh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know the thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. I'm having so much fun voicing her. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer! Are you hitting on me? No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no! And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Well, that was completely useless. Seems like Mr. Grossberg's still out. Oh, never mind. Ugh. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Oh, so you're the one they say you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. Looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yeah. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one can get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Frey. Ah, yes. Maya Fey. Go on. Huh. Why the strange reaction? Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Well, first things first, that painting, though. That's quite a painting.
Ah, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister.
Mia trusted you.
She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course, I knew that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye.
Creep? Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
I think not.
Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? Well, fine, I'll go fuck right off then. Back to Maya. Maya's not here. She must be in questioning. Oh, well, I have to go finish off talking with him, huh? Fine. How did you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that was. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one.
So, examine around. Mahogany, of course. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Expensive potted plant, no idea what it is. Table for clients. Elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that lighter is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Jesus Christ, how rich are you? That's like fuck off money. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelves. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. Okay. So I finished talking with him, now I can go back, right? There we go. 3:42 p.m. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well... What do I tell her? Well... See, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then.
Well, maybe I can just give her phone back.
Hey, I got your cell phone back. Oh, say, I listen to my sister's voice. Maya's eyes closed. She listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks. Thank you. Well, at least I helped her out.
What about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
Oh no. So she could still be alive.
The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. It was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
So you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself up on that mountain. So, was this man who, ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait. They didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim.
Wow. So, what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
White.
Excuse me, White?
That was his name. My sister told me.
White?
Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? We'll just leave her and go home? No, we're gonna defend her. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not.
Why?
Why? Well, I can't exactly abandon you.
No one is as sad as a person without any friends.
I know. I've been there a long time ago. Oh, little Wright. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right, thank you.
She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. Hi, Siva.
Nice to see you again. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you. You trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what's next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There are multiple reasons, okay? But then again, you weren't in the bedroom, so never mind. Like you would hide one of your toys inside the drawers. There has to be something in there. Alright, so I've talked with her all the way through. So where do we go next? Back to Grossberg, I guess? Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... Ah, I beg your pardon. I am the bellboy of this establishment. At your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. You know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Why would you hide them in the living room? Like, anyone can just come over and start snooping through the drawers. I should know. Don't do that shit. Don't hide it. If you're going to hide it in your bedroom, somewhere in there. Hell, even hide it in the bathroom. Don't just straight hide it in the living room. Yes, it is one room though. Probably, maybe. There's definitely got to be like a hide-off bathroom somewhere. Please enjoy this stay as long as you'd like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait. No. Hey. Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. Now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. Ah, you came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please, tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? That's the dude that ruined their mom. Yep. Flashback sequence. I ain't gonna voice act that. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Well, we're gonna go grab... See, look. Why would you hide it like this? It's just poking out. You fucking hide that shit well. Go down here, open that up, put it there. But no, you put it up... She's just awful at hiding shit. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with this? That video you linked. I don't see any link. We got a wiretap. Oh, did you share it in the Discord? Like what? Oh, you shared it in the Discord. Let's see. I'll take a quick peek over there. In general, do they still have it in suggestions? I've already seen that. That's like the legendary video right there. I have just a little bit. I probably shouldn't be doing it while I'm trying to stream. Still, it's a toaster of a computer. But... okay. Get back on the game. Everything back to normal. Still says it's in the red. Oh no, did I break everything? There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. Yeah, I know that feel. Okay, that. What the hell happened here? Fine, whatever. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, oh, what the hell? Something just tried to update. Alright. There we go. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy. Still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued. I could leave it there, but I will finish up this chapter. I've seen a bunch of Phoenix Wright memes, so some of this has been spoiled for me. But I've never actually played these. Right, it was the Kraden voice for him. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was found at the scene of the crime. I like to read Maya's lines as JFK. I like your funny words, Magic Man. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer of at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe. Sir, I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down and at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me get this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue, the Thinker. The statue of the Thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be it was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir? You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had the hard evidence that she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There are two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. A witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examine what? I didn't see a single contradiction in that testimony.
I kind of do. She called after Maya left. She started screaming after. You were in the room. Whoosh, smack.
Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. So press on everything. As soon as the phone call came, I rushed in. Nope, two people already. I immediately arrested that. Why? We had a witness account describing her. I'm sure it's closer to that, really. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly. What about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May ain't suspicious. And she sure ain't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry. I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony. Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin the cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright. Examine the scene of the crime with my own eyes. On a memo written on a piece of paper. Let's just keep pressing. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. You're kind of dumb, but okay. Oh. Then who did write it, Miss Smarty Pants? Who? Could be the killer, really. Worth a try. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Huh. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. Yep. Blood was the victim's. Blood was found in the victim's finger. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure. It happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Ugh. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah. Actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. Facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. I don't actually see anything. Just keep mashing it till we get something. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me there, pal. I'm just getting to the good part. Bad feeling about this. Okay. Keep pressing it, I guess? Yep. Oh, right. I've already done that. Nope. Blood found in the victim's finger. Didn't see much blood. On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? Right hand. Well, she was right-handed. Nice try. Showed that the blood was the victim's. Let's look around here. What do we got? Cause of death. Death was instantaneous. Somehow. How could she have wrote it if she was already dead? But that thing gets updated all the time, thanks to the memes. She was dead there. Before she died, she wrote the victim's name. Everything looks fine, really. I don't see any issues. Written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Department store receipt. Well, let's just hit the autopsy report, I guess. See what happens. Because how could she have wrote it if she was already dead? Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's what you're really saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But there's no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. Prosecution's point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received the results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say? The detective's a sham. The detective's a sham. I'll say whatever I want. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you. Handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? But... Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Oh boy, here comes my favorite character to voice so far. Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aww, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my motel room? I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was, like, 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. There's so many things wrong with this. And then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. That's the end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't need to trouble the I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Frey's. Why do I keep saying Frey? Fay, Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, yes. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Mr. Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Nine o'clock. She survived. She died at 9, right? Doesn't say at 9. Saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Dodged to one side and ran away. She dodged. Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please, continue your testimony. I was trying to go for which side. Okay, okay. You can do this. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What, that's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid this question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? You could. But that might piss people off, but let's go ahead. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Oh! Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl, what about poor me? I looked out the window. What did you see next? We'll figure this out. She's slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing. And the person attacking her? How are you sure? How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. But your testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Question. That testimony stinks. I'm willing to bet you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Okay. If you really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. God, this music. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But, still, we don't know if she was dressed that way on the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss Fey? Rawr! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. I did see everything, I did. The woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. And then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. and then she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did! That clock, that kind of statue-y clock? The Thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Well, she dodged to the right, huh? I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please, begin the cross-examination. Dodged to the right, huh? I'd say left, because the broken. Ran off to the right. Is that right as in your right? As you looked from the motel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please, continue. Ran off to the right. Well, she probably dodged to the left. Because how did that break? Glass shards. It's to the left. I'm on the right track. I just need to figure out which way it goes. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Oh. I'll try again. It's gotta be. Ah, I was worth a try. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was done up like a bun. Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. So the weapon was it? Okay. How do you know it's a clock? A clock? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. How do you know it's a clock? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there was no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person, in much of the same position as you, recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Ooh, that was close. If he stopped me there, this trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... Because I heard it? Yes, I heard it. Say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my motel room. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could have easily heard the clock. Well... Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look, right now. Oh! You see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. Quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, you must ask, when was the clockwork removed? It was after the witness heard the clock. There is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. No, we have evidence about that, motherfucker. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you liked so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone. And it contains a recording. A recording of the conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could, I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What was that? What store was that again? I got so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That wouldn't make sense. Does the defense have any objections to Mr. Wright? Yes, that bitch was handmade. The witness claimed she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to the court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce the evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. Nay. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. Ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one piece that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh no. Uh-oh. Damn! Did they get bigger? She made them less perky. I'm scared now. What's it to you, Porcupine Head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Wink. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May knew the weapon was a clock because you heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There was no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence that proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Is it the wiretap or the receipt? You know what? I'll go with the wiretap. Have a look at this. That! I found it in Miss May's room. It wasn't hidden very well. Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright! Please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, when you were you not? Oh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in the possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock was... Well, she says it right there. The clock isn't... Yeah, it's right there. Present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Yeah, I'm not even going to do that again. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like... You lawyer! It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant? Ah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While the court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought of that. And of course, I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way. I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Huh. Okay, so, the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts. Then you have regular cold coffee. Uh, iced coffee? I think I'm making this up. Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Still, why the tapping? No one got that answer. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away? There's no way I could win unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have something to say? Well... I think the bellboy is just completely useless. Like, yeah, he's just gonna say, hey, I brought coffee. But he may have seen who was coming into her room at the time. We're calling the bellboy. Would like to call the bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping has nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. Well, she's not the killer. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I guess accept, really. Understood. I accept your condition. Fell right into my trap. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. And it'll take a minute. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. Certainly does look like a bellboy. Why did he bring that? Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good. Alright. I think I may have fucked up somewhere. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Motel. In business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the morning from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I don't see anything. I legit do not see jack shit. Keep pressing, I guess. That probably means nothing. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely. Saw them. Okay, yep. He saw the fun bags. He asked for an iced coffee. 10 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes. Confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished a drink after she finished, sir. Time of the murder. Well, why would she be looking out the window, drinking the coffee? Precisely 9, then? Precisely, and exactly, most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. Okay, something like that. Why would she be so peculiar? Okay. I think I see something. See you tonight at 9. What's over here? Are you sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely. Yep. You'd recognize her. And I brought the room service, sir. She, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser. Is that French for an embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? Momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. If you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It is a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I protest? Wait, please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check in. What the fuck is this? Okay. Can I, like, quick save? Best idea I got. Hopefully that works how I think it will. Room service? Tell me again about room service. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes. Well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice. We got it! We got some! What did he say? Who the fuck was with her? What did you say? Rather, quiet. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barista here, Mr. Edgeworth, who, he asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Ooh, Edgeworth, you cunt. You fool. You really want to cover up a murder, huh, buddy? I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person who may have been involved with the murderer. Another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart amateur! These accusations are ludicrous! Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Frey. Court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. I was just doing my job, you know? And again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, What happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man was with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis...
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of Miss April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do to me at all, but now... Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. In next stream. So I'm calling it a night. Holy shit, this game's intense. But that's it for the night, everyone. And I hope to see you all Friday.